What? He should be dead. Oh, come on. Today's video is sponsored by the free Eagles app for War Thunder. Download the app in the video description below and use the code shown on screen to get 10 golden Eagles right now. Welcome back to War Thunder and welcome to first impressions on the Chieftain and also an update video in general. Today I want to talk about the Chieftain Mk.10 with the Steel Brew armor package, how much it is worth at 8.7. In my first impressions, not a tank review because I didn't have enough time for testing purposes as I usually do. That's also the reason why you see no or haven't seen any tank review of the Kampfpanzer 70, its American counterpart, the Mk.10, and also the Russian T-64A so far, because the armor is new, complicated, and I first have to fully understand the game mechanics behind it. So, the next thing is 5,000 subscribers. Hell yes. Hell yes. Now, when in the beginning or at the beginning of the year I reached 1,500, that allowed me to participate in the Gaijin partnership program. And well, it's helping me a great deal in bringing out the content for you guys. And the funny thing is, well, I predicted that hopefully at the end of the year I will reach 5,000. And now it's at the beginning of October. Now the ones of you that are subscribed to me also on Twitch or follow me on Twitch, they have received the news already a few days ago. Since then I have not really had enough time for playing because the weekend was awesome with real life stuff. And this real life stuff further brings me to a few not so great things when it comes to YouTube. Now 5,000 subscribers needs to be celebrated. Sadly I don't have to give anything away, and it has happened quite an unfortunate time because I have, as I said, some real life issues. This guy as well, and okay, and the fact is, the next few weeks the amount of videos will drop. That's what it is. I also have a new PC and I have to set it up still, and I have to get things right. I want to produce in very good quality because now I have also the hardware. Okay, it doesn't matter if you still shoot not very greatly and you can't aim for shit like I do. But other than that, I think the videos will get better. They will look more fluid with more FPS. Overall, everything will be less stuttery, less blurry, I hope so. And I'm doing my best. Now, this is done on the old PC, the video that you currently see. And I have no idea when the next video will come out. That's a fact. Then let's talk about the Chieftain briefly. So the Chieftain Mk.10 is basically the Chieftain Mk.5 with additional turret armor at a battle rating of 0.3 higher, 8.7. And that is the same battle rating as the T-64A and also the Mk.10/ the Kampfpanzer 70. And when the first Chieftain appeared, it was an absolute monster because I actually managed to get into positions early on, but since then maps have changed, new maps have come into the game. There were numerous tanks that were added to the game, and all that just changes how the Chieftain Mk.10 plays in comparison to what I experienced from the Chieftain Mk.3 or even the Chieftain Mk.5. And that the problem with, or let's summarize it very briefly, the problem with the Chieftain Mk.10 is, in theory it's fantastic, in practice you get intercepted by enemies on your way to the advantageous position that you need, aka hull down position, to make the Steel Brew armor package work on top of your turret, or on the turret front. Now, the Steel Brew armor package is great, it helps a great deal in absorbing any kind of shells, but it's not impenetrable. There are still weak spots, but there are also strong points. how to figure that out? Well, first of all, it needs a lot of testing. Again, it's a first impressions. But the next thing is you have another shell available on AP-FSDS. And let's say the post-penetration effect is massively greater than on the normal APDS. The penetration is not all that much better, but the normalization is also better. However, you need, it's an upgrade basically. But still, even with the normal APDS, the Chieftain is really capable of dishing out the punishment. And this is practically the one and only good match that I managed to do so far. And it's on a wide open map, and none of the enemy actually went for the capture point at A. So I was actually not disturbed in capturing. I was not contested really by multiple enemies, as it is usually the case. And I just can slowly but surely work my way around the ridge lines and intercept the enemies and just blow them up. By the way, the Object 120 is another tank that I want to cover in the next few days. I have it. I used it in a few test drives, but nothing more than that. They gave it also an AP-FSDS shell, or APDS-FS shell, as it is kind of weirdly described. And, well, it's a bit strange when you think about the penetration. It's just about 400. Now, that is great. That is awesome, especially for an 8.0 premium tank. But, you know, from that high caliber gun with such a long barrel, I expect a little bit more, like 480, 500, something like that. But that's just me. Really, I have not really anything to complain about the Object 120 when I think about potentially driving it. But then again, I have not driven it yet. It's not like a tank that you put in a test drive and figure out how it drives before you go into actual battle and think to yourself, okay, I know how to use it. And then you use it and your enemies have a pretty hard time taking you out and you just farm them. I don't have that feeling with the Object 120. Basically, it doesn't have APHE. And then again, I probably should wait up until the BR system gets overhauled, as Gaijin kind of promised us to do in the next few weeks. Then again, back to the 5,000 subscribers. 5,000 subscribers is like more of the population of my village, okay? And when I think about the whole crowd multiplied by probably 2, and they're all listening sometimes to me in my videos or more or less on a daily basis, I think that is just kind of amazing. It really is. And also thank you for all the nice comments and not just the comments that correct me. And I also have thought a little bit about making the advertisement video for Wargaming regarding World of Tanks and World of Warships. Now, first of all, I was really surprised how civilized the discussion was, and it really was a discussion. I saw numerous different variations of comments. Mostly they said, nah, I don't want to see it, but there were a lot of very mature comments saying, well, okay, if you will do it, go for it, get some money for your work. I probably will not watch it, but or even give it a dislike, but I'm here for your War Thunder content or for your commentary. And that is just simply amazing when I receive multiple comments like that. I'm not quite sure what to say at this moment for the support, because it's really the support that keeps me doing it. To be honest, you don't earn anything worth mentioning from YouTube, and that's a shame, because I have uploaded like almost 500 videos and I have not even earned €1 per video. Like, I don't know, is it like 30 cents per video that on average I get, including the first ones? That's not much. That's not even, I guess that's not even worth the energy in terms of power. So yeah, I'm doing it for the feedback, for bringing out my opinion, for helping out people, and I get a lot, and I mean a lot of messages, not just in-game, but also in private messages, and also in YouTube comments that keep me going. Because if I just would read the rant comments, the negative comments, and the comments that say, yeah, you have no idea what you're doing, then I would ask myself, well, why the hell would I make those tank reviews if everybody would know how to deal with them in the first place? That's just a simple fact. And so, you know, when I first really went into watching gaming YouTube, like from the Mighty Jingles, I always thought to myself, well, he will never read my comments, he will never read anything that I write, and even then it will be of minor interest to him. But when he always stated, well, I read them all, I'm happy about every positive comment that there is, and it's practically nice to be appreciated. Now I understand it. Yes, I have just 5,000 or just over 5,000 subscribers and not 500,000 like he does, but still, it is yeah, it's really understandable for me now. And about the next few weeks, the new setup of my new PC that is in a different place is, well, it needs to be set up properly. It has a 1080 GTX in it, and I want to fully use it again for better video quality, more FPS. You can see it on this very empty desert map. I have around about 70 frames per second on down-tuned settings, and there is literally no vegetation that would eat up some power from my PC, so it's just sand. It's easy to render. Very often I drop down to even under 40 frames per second, and then I have to look at a different portion of the map to get my FPS up again. Yeah, I'm talking here about ground battles. So with the new system, I have tested it. It gets over 100 frames per second in the same situations. So it feels like having triple the power or 3 times the power, and that will be really, really nice. So that's about it for the update. It has not been a really big update. The summary of it is, I'm very glad that I reached 5,000, and I want to keep them coming, the subscribers. There were very often the question, how can you help me out? Well, just recommend me. Just say, hey, well, this guy has tank reviews, guides, average gameplay. He will tell you if a tank or a plane is worth the purchase, and so on. And that helps me out more than, I guess, somebody just disabling his, what is it, the ad block. Again, even with, I guess, 20 or 30,000 subscribers, I wouldn't earn that much. Yeah, even with putting out videos on a daily basis, I just simply don't have the time anymore for it. My goal is to get out 1 video per every 2 days, and to make them in advance, and hopefully in better quality. I hope that the video quality also will really improve greatly. I want to do it, but the question is if I can do it. And that was my first ace in the Chieftain. You can see the reward is actually not bad. 60,000 silver lines, 5,500 research points for the vehicle itself, because I got it from a test drive. And well, it costs a lot of money, like 24,000 silver lines for repair costs. This is actually, or 22,000, that's actually a tank that I regularly lose money with. I don't like that. That's my first impressions of the Chieftain, my update video, and I hope you got the messages. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the Chieftain, 5,000 subscribers, and everything else. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Please give this video a like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other in the skies and on the battlefields of War Thunder.